Hey, I'm Nick. That's my face. That's also my face. And I'm the commissioner of this outfit called Major League Hacking. You probably have heard from me today. If you have not, you've not been paying attention. And I'm here actually to talk about something that we're doing called the Hacker Survey. So the Hacker Survey is something that we do to gather more data about the people in this community. And it's a wide-ranging community, and we've learned a whole lot from it. We've started doing the Hacker Survey at the beginning of every season and at the end. So this gives us some really cool things. It gives us trends, but it also gives us information about those who may not be here, who we may not think of the typical hacker. We have people who study at the Culinary Institute of America contribute to this survey. There's all sorts of people. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our most recent Hacker Survey. So we asked we pushed out this Hacker Survey to a lot of people. And we got 1,300 responses, which is just incredible. 973 of them were North American hackathon participants. I'm going to be talking primarily about these 973 people. We also had 299 non-attendees, which is really interesting. We can examine that data to figure out why people are not going to hackathons. First thing I want to cover is demographics amongst our hackathon attendees in the last season at Major League Hacking events. First, gender. This one's not great, but we've got 84% male and 15% female respondents. We definitely need to do better at this, but it's good to know that we have it. Ethnicity, again, we're not very good at this, and we need to do better. So one thing to note here is Asian includes both Indian and East Asian folks. That's so that we can fit into the US Census stuff. We are exploring splitting that out because it's interesting to know. Age. Look at that. Isn't that a nifty graph? It's probably what you'd expect. Amongst hackathon attendees, we have most people in that 18 to 22 range. So also good to know. Area of study. Computer science, computer engineering. These are all surprises, I know. But we also have a pretty large other, 21%. Now, a lot of those are like mathematics, but like I said, there's the Culinary Institute of America. There's history majors. Shout out to John. There's all sorts of people. So that's interesting. Just good things to know. Now I want to talk about preference, though. This is more important because it's something that might change your hackathons. First, we ask them a question about their needs. We say, tell us if you need this to go to a hackathon. And we get some information about whether they agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. And we asked them on a variety of categories. So that's internet, or that's food, if it's healthy, if it's good, if they need fast internet, if they need showers, a sleep area, travel reimbursement, or to have their friends there. Something that's interesting about this is no matter how I split up these demographics, whether it's men and women, first-time attendees and previous attendees, whatever, it's about this same graph. So what you should be thinking about, what this graph means for you and your hackathon, is that you should optimize in this order. First, you should make sure you have blazing fast internet. Then, travel reimbursements apparently are very important, more important than food. I think they don't know what they're talking about. Then comes food. People want good food, then healthy food, then a sleep area, then showers. What this means is if you have the choice between a shower truck and quinoa, get quinoa. Mostly I want quinoa at your hackathon. I want to eat it. Next thing, size. This was a really interesting thing to me as well. So if you look at it, most attendees want something between 100 and 600 people. If you want to have the highest chance of pleasing the most people, pick the 100 to 600 person event. That's not to say we don't love 1,000 person events. Lots of people do. Check that out. Just 50% of people do like the 100 to 600. Interesting to know. Next thing, behavior. So we asked a lot of behavioral questions, things like that could influence somebody's behavior or that they already do. So the first thing we asked was, how many hackathons did you attend this season? And you know what's interesting about that? 50% of people only go to one hackathon. This thing that we think of as a community with lots of repeat attendees really isn't that. There's 50% of new attendees. We see 50% of new attendees year over year, and 50% of them are only going to one event. That's really interesting to know. We should start thinking about how do we increase that repetition rate. We also have us in the minority. You can see we're probably all of us in that 3%. So good to know as well. Next thing we asked, though, is would you attend? How many are you going to attend next year? We calculated that out, and look at this. Everybody wants to go to more hackathons. That's really exciting. Woo! Yeah. So that's awesome. We're doing a good job. We just need to make sure they do it. And finally, perception. This is something that I want you to know, and I want you to have in all your sponsor decks. We asked them, did your perception of an employer change as a result of a hackathon? A lot of people said yes. In fact, 61% of attendees said that their opinion of an employer changed because of a hackathon. 61%. That's an incredible number. That is something your sponsors, your employment brands want to hear. I want to see it in every one of your sponsor decks when you send it to me this year. I have a lot more information, and we're going to be publishing a whole big document with a whole lot more analysis. We probably will have an infographic. That's all coming soon, but please come talk to me. I'd love to talk to you about some of the implications of this as well. Thanks so much.